It's 7:30. I just got home from workout. I'm sitting in the car in front of the house, about to go in. I was hoping I would get home in time to see the moon, but the world has turned too much. The moon is down low. Really, really pretty. About a full moon, I don't know. I'm sure some of you moonologists or whatever it's called know more about the cycle of the moon, know that when exactly the full moon happens, but I don't know if it was last night or tomorrow or what, but it looked really pretty this morning. And I wanted to videotape it, not because it's exceptional, because everybody has seen the moon at some time, but because it's just something you don't stop and look at very often. Sometimes there's really beautiful things right in front of you, but you just don't stop and look. You don't open our eyes long enough to see them because of the other things that concern us. We got to go here and there, and we got to pay the bills, and we're always running to and fro. We don't just stop and look at beauty. And I know I have a problem with doing that. So taking a picture of the moon would be just as much for myself as it is for anybody who watches this vlog. But it's just a reminder that we need to stop every once in a while. God created nature. Yeah, that's my belief. You might have some different kind of belief that nature just appeared, or there's some kind of cataclysmic thing. Well, I believe there was a cataclysmic thing too, but God created it. God started it. All the way back. If there was a Big Bang, God started it. And God did it all in one day. That's what the creation says, all in one day. Might not have been 24 hours that how we would, but it's all God created it. It's God time. This ramble was not meant to be a creation / evolution type thing, but it is. That's kind of what it turned into, because I'm talking about nature, about natural things. And God created them. God created you and me. I heard a song on the radio last night. The lyrics I can't remember exactly, but there's a crying kid or a hungry family or something. God, why don't you do something? Why? And God says, I did. I created you. And there was a phrase, I created you. Why isn't God doing something? I created you. Why aren't we doing something? You do it. It's one of those. God uses people. Old Testament times we saw burning bush, and that's always the go-to for everybody. I don't have a burning bush experience. Well, God doesn't use those kind of experiences anymore. After the first century, after Christ came, things changed. We aren't required to do, blood sacrifices. Jesus shed his blood for us. We can come directly to God. We don't need an in-between person. That veil was rent. It was torn open. We have access to God. We don't need somebody between us and God. Yeah, and God uses people. I guess that was the point that I was trying to get to. I have a roundabout way. I don't even make points often. I rehearse what I say more, and I'll get to a point. God uses people. God uses me, and God uses you, and God uses him, and God uses her. Because we have hands. Jesus Christ is not walking around here. We are. When Christ left this earth, he left that power to us. It's in our hands. We have Jesus' hands. Somebody might accuse me of even sacrilege, but that's what it is. And even we take the name Christian. What does that mean? Christ-like, or little Christ. I mean, we don't say that we are God, but we got God's power. He invested us with His power. We are made the heirs. We're the heirs. H-E-I-R. You know, the heirs. Everything that God has belongs to us. All we gotta do is accept it, and acknowledge God and Christ, and we gotta acknowledge that and embrace it and accept it, because we are Jesus' hands. That's what I'll title this vlog. We are Jesus' hands.